Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. It is 1:26 p.m. Central Standard Time on March 6, 2022. I hope our Creator is keeping you well and safe wherever you are in the world. Please make sure you hit that like and share button. Share this across other platforms so that way we can bring awareness to things that are going on in the world. We're going to start off today on spaceweatherlive.com. And as we can see, things have been pretty quiet on the sun. Looks like we've had just a couple of small little solar snaps, little sea flares, nothing super major. That's super white. I mean, this is about the widest area we have here, so there's a little bit of plasma release, and we can jump over to ISWA and we'll take a peek at that at our overlay of our different angstroms. So nothing major going on here. However, we're going to move from spaceweatherlive.com to Space Weather Prediction Center, and we can see overnight that we were up in that geomagnetic storm event that I was telling you about. It looks like we had 4 good bars of KP5, and these are 3-hour blocks. So that's actually a pretty significant time. We got 3, 6, 9, and 12 hours of it with a little dip down to 4 in between there. So that was a decent little event. That was a good 15-hour event where it was pretty strong. Actually, if we want to include this guy here, we could do the same thing and say about 18 hours of it. But everything seems to be going pretty well, as we so to speak, at the moment. Nothing major to report, except, I mean, you can see here we're coming back down to KP1, which really I'd like to see it back up here to 2 and 3. But, you know, with the poles moving, we're going to have a lot of variations going up and down. All right. And as we come over here to solar wind, we look at our Ace Mag and Sweep Ham. It looks like we actually did, well, it looks like they turned the camera off or it went off the scales. Either way. But it does look like we can see that it's bouncing back, and it is strengthening again. So we're at right around -4 and +4. So we're holding pretty strong. We're doing well as far as that goes. These are our sunspots. We're still keeping an eye on this because, as we can see, there are some friends here that are playing. So we can definitely, this is still possible of producing a decent M flare. This one could definitely produce some decent sized C flares. I'm not so sure about an M, but we will have to see what pops off as this thing comes around. It looks like it might be starting to weaken. If we pop over here, because remember how bright this was, it looks like it's starting to get a little bit weaker, but we will see as the day progresses, the next couple days actually. And as we come over here to our Italian model for our Schumann, we can see that we are having some spikes that are kind of kicking off here between our 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. as usual. This is the most time of activity. We do have some at night occasionally. Like this was one heck of a busy day on the on March 1st. This was a pretty busy day, the whole lot. But then we came up here. This is today. So as we can see, today has been showing some activity. Now, again, for those of you who've been following me long enough, they have turned the sensitivity down on the Schumann here in Italy. I mean, these right here, these would be huge spikes, and for those who have been watching me for a while, you would know that this is turned way down. You see these lines here? They're really compressed, and they didn't used to be. They used to be much wider. They weren't so tight, so you would actually be able to see more. So they're definitely cranking it down here in Italy. They still have the sensitivity cranked down. We come up here and we can actually see another visual from our geophones. We can see, we can see where the spikes are, and they've even turned the sensitivity down on the geophones as well. And the reason I know that is because, well, you come over to the Russian model, which is over here, Disclosure News, and you can see our power is at 49. We are definitely in an event mode. Oh, look at this. It looks like an upside down cross, doesn't it? That's not good. Ever. But anyway, yeah, so, folks, if you're having some ringing in the ears, your body's aching like mine, my ears been ringing for a while. So, yeah, we're definitely in event mode, especially over here in Russia. Now let's go ahead and jump our little fun buns over here to ISWA, and we're going to take a peek at some things going on over here. First thing I'd like to take a look at is our overlay, and we're actually going to find our pops. Okay, let's watch for some little bits of flares. It starts off from the 4th and carries us into today. Let's see here. See, we got a little eruption here. Not super major. Just little pops, little rips, little solar snaps, if you will. Yep. See, just little pops. There's another little. Oh, there's a decent little solar snap, but nothing major came off with it. It was just, it was actually quite local. This one's pretty local. That's pretty local. Looks like a lot of the stuff is getting recaptured, except for the one that was here. A little bit might have pushed off of that, but nothing major. So it's looking like we're doing all right. You know, nothing to catch us off guard, you know, which is always good. So we'll go ahead and pause this guy, but this is what I actually want to show you guys. This is a little something that kind of took me by surprise. This is going back to the 2nd, okay, because remember, this is a few days behind. We are at stereo ahead, chronograph 2, science data. I have never seen this happen before. Now, don't forget, right here is our space station, okay? There's a space station right here that's permanently locked to the sun in its rotation. In fact, maybe if I can go back up, there it is. You can see it there. But let me show you this. Let's get... Oh, look, we got some friends. Hey, friends. Get ready. Look at that. I've never seen it do this. Look at this funky stuff. What is that funky monkey stuff? Can anybody tell me? Oh, and then this guy just pops up out of nowhere. Looks like there was a light here. Looks like there might be some kind of a ship or some kind of energy form here, and then another one here, but it's like he's like transitioning in and out of frequency. It's really weird to see him like that. I've never seen it quite like that. Usually it's either all lit up like those other friends of ours, or they're just not there, but that's really interesting. But yeah, what's more interesting is this. Like, what in the fragnog is going on here? I don't know. But that's wild, folks. That's totally wild. Which brings us to this. This right here is from the channel Unexplained Mysteries. And we're going to watch this little video clip. This woman's dash cam accidentally just revealed something that is happening right now above Texas. Right here. And I'm going to show you my own personal images that I have of this in the sky in Texas. That's right. I was down in Texas, and I've got some pretty good photos. But let's listen to this.
Each year, thousands of people record mysterious videos, leaving us with more questions than answers. One interesting video was just recorded above Texas. The individual who took the footage, Marianne Bozo, sent out a post asking if anyone had seen anything strange above Houston. The video was taken 2 days ago on the 3rd of March 2022, and it left many people confused as to what she had captured.
You guys see that? Now the lights are not on this thing, but it is actually like a DNA helix. The photos that I have are at nighttime when the lights are lit up on that thing, and it's huge. But I wasn't in Houston. I was in New Braunfels, and when I took the photo, that particular craft was between New Braunfels and San Antonio. I was looking towards the San Antonio direction. And I'll show you those here in just a little bit. Pretty cool looking thing, huh? Now, you heard where it was from. Now, let me show you mine. Now, to set the stage for you, I happen to be outside in the driveway, and I had my phone out, and I have a little telescope that goes on the back of my phone, and it clips right over where the camera is, and it actually does a pretty decent job. And I was actually just getting a photo of the moon and Venus. And this is Venus. This was back in I want to say October. It might have been in early October when I had actually captured this bugger right here. Okay. Now, the next thing that I know, so I took a few photos, right? And this is the next photo. This one was zoomed out. Okay. So I don't think it's going to let me zoom in. It won't let me zoom in. God darn it. But you can see right down here, you can see that there is something here. And so I actually have another one here where it's even brighter. And you know what? Let me take a screenshot and zoom in on this a little bit better for you. Okay, now that I've got my screenshots, we're going to start off here with the original photo so you can clearly see the moon, Venus, and we can see this like a little bit of a DNA helix, so I'm going to go this way with it. You can see it a little bit brighter here. Now, here I actually did a screenshot. There you go. You can clearly see that it has like a twist and arm like here. Goes down like that. And then this side here goes around the back side and up over this way. It's a DNA helix. And these are, I don't know if this is like the propulsion or what it is, but this is a DNA helix. It is a mothership. And here's another photo of it. Now, the funny thing is that, now, and this is all honesty, I had no idea that this thing was here. No clue. I was actually focused here, and I was really looking and paying attention to this, and went in and took the pictures, and then went inside and was kind of looking at the photos, and then I was like, what the crap is this? And then I zoomed in on it and brightened up my screen, and I was like, oh my freaking gosh. And so I ran outside to try and find it again, because I was going to get on video, and it was gone. So the deadgum thing photobombed my pictures. Like, dude, are you kidding me? You're photobombing me right now? What's that all about? But hey, it was a good thing that I got it though, right? It was pretty stinking cool, if you ask me. Now, here's another one that I did where you can see the moon and Venus, and you can clearly see the DNA helix here, but I don't know what this is around it. It's really weird looking. You can see the different lights, but it's got straight lines, which is really, really weird. Now, there are ways to finding if there are UFOs around you, or flying spaceships, motherships, whatever. And it's by getting outside and looking and taking pictures. And you can also check your local radar. The Weather Channel, folks. That's right. The Weather Channel. Right here, I actually happen to live in this area. I happen to have been here in Broken Arrow at the time. But do you see this round here? See how you got all this stuff going around here? But it's like there's a perfectly round object right here that you can't really, there's nothing here. And everything goes around it. And it's kind of weird, right? And I'm like, well, maybe that's a anomaly, right? But then here's another one. When I was down here in Texas, remember I was telling you I was shooting it towards San Antonio? I was in New Braunfels. But look at this here. Here's another perfectly round one, right? And some people say, oh, well, that's just the way the radar was reading. Like, okay, so the tower would have to be literally right smack in the middle of the lake in order for it to do that. So radar is not going to be right smack in the middle of the lake. But this would be. This is actually this. This is when I was in Broken Arrow, and I was taking a picture. I actually saw this in the sky, and that's what this is right here. You see this? Perfectly round. And I tried to getting it. I messed with my settings a little bit to try and get a different photo and different angstroms or different levels of light of way of looking at it on my camera, and you can clearly see that there's a bottom here. And that it's almost like this is a heat energy signature of it coming into our sky. If anybody seen Independence Day, when it was coming through and it had the clouds and the steam and the fire kind of coming out, it almost kind of reminds me of that in a way. But you can actually see it on your radar. If you actually start watching your storm fronts, you start watching around, you'll start seeing these guys like this. That's what that is. It's actually blended in with the clouds. You're not going to see it, but it is actually a mothership. Nice round disc. Remember Independence Day? Yeah, that kind of wasn't a joke, folks. They were kind of telling us. They tell us in movies all the time. And this happens to be a DNA helix. So we got to be outside, look around, take some photos, take some videos. You never know what you'll catch later. I caught this one on accident. Didn't even know. He photobombed me. So remember, folks, everything's going to be okay. It's not worth freaking out about whatsoever. Remember that keep our eyes open. No fear. And love is the only way forward.